You are looking at a circle of winners today.
Well,
in one way or another.
Oh yeah, no, I think we all had a victory.
No, I was a winner this weekend. I got to meet an idol. I had a great concert. My fucking Baltimore Ravens kicked the dog shit out of the 5-1 Lions. And then, in a shocking turn of events, like our lovely captain said, we're in the Twilight Zone. The 5-1 whole ass grown men, lost to the retirement Aaron Rodgers ayahuasca trip by one player of my team. Sucked absolute dog shit. And Maddie had two players that came up on top. I am J3D. Over there is my brother Cap, my brother Brandon. Welcome to the RAWBall podcast.
Well, Cap's on a 4-game win streak.
Oh, I was about to say, not only that, Cap, you won the Fantasy Booking Warfare rematch.
Yes, you did. Everyone, give a round of applause to the one and only best booker on YouTube, the captain.
Should we call him the best booking machine?
The best book, yes.
Well, we still have the rubber match coming
and that's going to be because a lack of use of rubber.
Because as you pointed out on the show, it was a dusty finish. You won by rounds, but James won by points.
It was a dusty finish. You guys Dusty Rhodes is one of my hero bookers, so I will take it.
You guys have to run it back one more time, and I cannot wait to see what Nick throws at you guys.
Well, I can announce that at right now. The book we have to do, ourselves is this year's Survivor Series.
Oh shit! Okay.
Let me pull up my message feed with Nicholas. The other two events we are booking are Starrcade 1997.
Ooh.
And the Final Nitro, March 26,
the
2001.
Final Nitro, as in WWF Nitro.
Yeah.
The very last.
Yeah. So Survivor Series 2023, Starrcade 97, and the last WCW Nitro, March 26th, 2001.
When does it start?
The date that we're looking at is looking like Saturday, November 18th.
Okay.
9 days after my birthday.
So give Devin a good late birthday present by giving us another win, Cap.
Yeah, you better win for me.
Well, rebooking Starrcade 97 and Final Nitro
should be a cakewalk.
I think Cap got this in the bag.
No. Survivor Series is going to be a tough one.
I feel like that's his only. I think he's 2-1 in this. I think he's going to lose the Survivor Series, but absolutely demolish every single one after.
The only advice I would have to give for the Survivor Series, and I know Cap would not want to do this, but it's got to
watch more Modern Wrestling.
No, it's got to be like the best of each brand versus the best of the other brand, as opposed of the old
games.
Yes, I want best of the best. God damn it.
Well, and gosh, it's But
it's going to be interesting.
It will be interesting, but we got some football to dive into. Or do you want to jump into the postseason baseball first? Because that shit's kind of wild.
Well, the Texas Rangers have made it to the World Series. Tonight is Game 7
of
Arizona and Philadelphia. That game, first pitch is slated for 7:07 p.m. Central Time.
So 6:07 Mountain.
So it'll be the Rangers meeting the winner of that game.
Who's leading right now?
Let's go Diamondbacks just for
Davey.
Just for Davey. I I would like to see the Phillies get in just because
You like Bryce Harper.
My oldest nephew is named for Bryce Harper, so it would give me just a little, tincture of joy to see that happen. Also, the manager for the Padres is leaving the Padres, Bob Melvin.
I heard about that.
Dusty Baker is stepping away from the Astros.
Bob Melvin is going to the Giants.
He's literally just going a city over.
Yeah.
Essentially.
No, San Fran's like all the fucking way up here, and San Diego's down here.
Well,
right?
Let's look at San Diego.
Close enough.
San Diego, Southern Cal. San Fran is Northern Cal.
Yeah, no Cal.
No Cal.
SoCal and NoCal.
So let's look at the NFL news. Marvin Jones Jr. is stepping away from the Detroit Lions to deal, quote, to take care of personal family matters.
Hey, we here at the RAWBall podcast always say family first, so we hope everything goes well for him.
Yeah. We don't know what's going on, but we hope the best.
Jerry Jones has once again gone psycho. Jerry Jones says he is willing to trade, but will not initiate a single trade talk.
What? What? So someone has to bring the trade to him, and he's willing to talk, but he's not willing to put his... What?
Here's the quote. It will have to come our way. I don't want to preclude it in any way, but it always does. The initiation of an opportunity to make a trade that would help us principally has to start over on the other end. That's not showing a lack of aggressiveness. That's just how it starts.
So if Minnesota wanted to trade Justin Jefferson, so to say, to them, Minnesota would have to initiate a Justin Jefferson-like trade for Jerry Jones to even be...
Jerry says he is open to trades, but will not initiate any trades.
So Devin is on the very right track here. So
what the fuck?
So essentially, like all these big
let me pull up the story here on ESPN.
I'm just saying. So all of these big names on the trade block, a Justin Simmons or
Jerry Jeudy, Shaquan Barkley,
he's expecting these teams to come to him and go,
yes.
What type of draft picks you got?
Jerry said of his team, quote, I like where we are with our personnel today. I'm not thinking in any way that we need to upgrade our roster. I would really extend to improve our team right now because I think we have a team that is a contender. So I would do it right now. He explained his approach to trade talks as, quote, lying in wait.
What? What is he thinking he's going to get like Saquon for Derrick Henry or Christian McCaffrey or like Dak Prescott versus for like Patton? What is he thinking that people are going to want to trade to the 1-6 Giants now?
Well,
are they 1-6?
And further NFL news, the Mayo Man may be getting his first start this week. If Ryan Tannehill is unable to play. But the Titans are saying they may be going a dual quarterback approach, which always works so well in the NFL.
It worked in New Orleans for a little bit.
Both Malik Willis and rookie Will Levis could see snaps if Tannehill isn't available because of his high ankle sprain. Quote, if Ryan can't play, I would anticipate both of those quarterbacks playing in a football game, Coach Mike Vrabel said.
I would say start Will Levis in the beginning.
Pour some mayo in his Gatorade.
And if you can see that Will Levis was a top-tier quarterback when he was supposed to be drafted and everything like that because of how he played, let him start.
I mean, to be fair, he was a projected top 10 quarterback.
Yes, let him start their next game. And if he doesn't play out, they've seen how Malik can play. And I feel like Malik could pick up where Levis didn't put down.
Vrabel said, or no, this is coming from Derrick Henry, your boy, Dev. I'm confident in both and sure they're excited to get the opportunity to showcase themselves, get some practice reps, play some ball, and get ready to win.
I fucking love Derrick Henry's approach.
The only one that the only one I could see actually doing well is Malik.
Malik Willis ain't it, bro.
Better than Will, I think.
Yes, he did, and I'm so
The
glad.
Los Angeles Rams have released kicker Brett Maher after 3 missed kicks and loss. Brett Maher was the number 1 kicker in the NFL in terms of
I don't
fantasy
believe
points.
that. Anything positive talking about Brett Maher, I don't believe.
In terms of fantasy points, he was the number 1 kicker in the NFL. The Rams released him today after he missed 3 kicks on Sunday. They are going for former Indianapolis Colts kicker Lucas Haversick off of the Cleveland Browns practice.
Oh, they're getting Haversick? I remember him.
I fucking don't.
What do you know about Haversick? Haversack.
He is a mid kicker. He can show up when he needs to be, but when he's not there, he sucks. I feel like he would.
That's
I feel like
incredibly, considering I own Brett Maher.
Why would you have Brett Maher? You see how
that Cap. That's the only thing. Yeah,
Cowboys the fucking playoffs.
Cap.
Maher's been the number 1 kicker this year. I've had him.
You may have talked mad shit about Derrick Henry before the preseason, after the preseason, and even when we were even doing the draft. But yet you come to us drafting Brett Maher.
He's been the top kicker in fantasy this year.
And Derrick Henry's been fucking improving week by week. And even before last season, he was better than he was this season.
I mean,
and you told me that the King Derrick is losing treads. Yeah, you chose Brett Maher
to be completely honest. Derrick Henry always takes like 4 or 5 fucking weeks before he actually gets hot.
But then when he does, he don't stop. He got this bye week, and I feel like after this bye week, he's gonna go back into my starting line and be the monster he needs to be.
He had 1 good week. And
no, he had 2.
He had 1 real good week, and now he's going on a bye week, and now he's going to come back. Nah, that train's going to lose steam because it didn't even have really chance to build up momentum.
So we have more police blotter out of Kansas City. Chiefs wide receiver Justin Ross has been charged with domestic battery and criminal property damage.
So I can read. And then we got Christian Olave with his
Chris
70.
Olave also got arrested.
So he was going 70 and a 30 in a supercar
area.
He was in a supercar going 70 and a 30 in a residential area, and that the New Orleans Saints knew about it but have no comment on it. What does that say about New Orleans and how? Yeah, but
the
when you
have waived quarterback wide receiver Malik Cunningham 11 days after signing him.
Didn't they give him like a decent contract too?
No, I think they gave him bare minimum.
Signed him and waived it. Well, minimum in the NFL is
it's still it's more than probably all of us make combined.
Baseball is $650,000. I think minimum in the NFL is like $1 million.
I would say I think it's 850,000 was the minimum.
No, I thought it was 500,000.
Well, baseball is $650. NFL used to be $650. Now I think it's up in the 800 million.
I would say 750 to about 950.
Bill Belichick getting his 300th career win this weekend. We'll get into that as we go through the actual breakdowns. Cardinals placed tight end Zach Ertz on injured reserve with quad injury. Dev already dropped him from whole ass grown men because apparently if you're on IR, you're no longer a whole ass grown man.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing in this. After what I dealt with,
142 fucking years old, guys. Give him a break.
And Matt, if you saw who I went for,
years old.
I went back with David Njoku. Mr. fucking hunched over here.
Again. man.
Apparently, that's who I picked back up for way less than what I drafted that fucking bastard for.
Well,
I
to be
think
fair,
I
you
drafted
tried
him
to-
for $13, and I
You
picked him
tried to
up for
bump him-
$8.
You tried to bump him up in terms of like money so that someone else would take him, and then you got cucked.
Yeah, tight ends are where I fucked myself this year.
I got George Kittle, so
Yeah, you bastard. And I'm still trying to figure out a trade for him.
you're not getting him.
No real news coming out of Ravens land.
Except that we destroyed.
Y'all beat the piss
No,
out of the Lions.
no, I don't know why you say not real news. A lot of people on ESPN, NFL, and everyone is talking about the Ravens and that we are doing way better than what everyone else expected us to do.
That's because you don't have wide receivers other than Zay Flowers.
And we're getting better. We don't need those players, and we're like fucking RG3 said. If our defense and offense keep playing like that, like we did against the 5-1 Lions,
Devin, time the fuck out. Because I have a little rant on this one.
The NFL has suspended Broncos defensive back Kareem Jackson for 4 games for illegal hits over the course of this season.
Okay.
well, over the course of the season.
Yes.
So
He's been
they're like
ejected
making.
twice.
Has he been suspended? Hold on, before you go on this rant, has he been suspended?
He's been suspended now for 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
No, before this, has he been
No,
suspended?
He's been
at all?
ejected twice.
He's
being
been ejected
suspended
twice
for 4
now.
games.
So that's 6 games in total.
So let's let Matthew have the floor here.
No, 100%. But that's 6 games in total that they're.
No, he got ejected, but he's now going to miss the next 4 games.
Yeah, that's 6 in total. He got ejected 2, and now he's getting suspended for 4.
Technically, it's like 5 because he got ejected halfway through each game.
Fair enough. But
Go ahead,
go Matt.
Matty. The floor
Okay.
is yours. We shan't say a syllable.
The first hit, the one on Logan Thomas. Yes, that was an ejectable hit. That was without a doubt helmet to helmet. It almost looked like targeting. This one that happened on Mr. Musgrave was shoulder to shoulder, was not in any way targeting. It was a routine hit that you would have probably seen about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe. So, if anything, this is proving how soft the game is becoming, because unlike another hit that I saw earlier that day that didn't have a flag thrown, didn't get fucking an ejection from it, Musgrave was able to turn his body in a way that he was able to take the impact of it. He was not a defenseless receiver. He didn't get helmet to helmet targeted. There was a hit on Devin, what was the game? Was it the Seahawks game that we saw?
Yes, it was the Seahawks. It was Wagner doing an absolute dominant hit that should have been a quote unquote like what you're talking about, a defenseless hit. Wagner destroyed that running back, and fucking no flag was drawn.
That was a defenseless receiver. That was a unnecessary, hard hit. The one that Kareem Jackson put on Mr. Luke Musgrave was nowhere near as bad as what he did to Logan Thomas, which was a clear targeting. I don't think he should be suspended for this.
Well, he is appealing the suspension.
I would appeal the fuck out of the suspension.
I would too.
If the suspension stands, he stands to lose over $500,000 in salary. $558,000. You can see it right there in the ESPN article.
But just to talk about like how Maddie was saying, this wouldn't have been a flag 5-6 years ago. Like Uncle Shannon was talking about how my Ravens defense years and years ago, if your quarterback could come back the next week, you could consider that a win because of how hard they were hitting how hard the defensive players were
And
playing back then.
Speaking of,
Like Raquan Smith. Like, no, I want to talk
beat
about
the shit out of the Lions. Like
Raquan Smith alone.
Let Dev have his.
Raquan Smith alone could have had more intentional.
Wait. Congratulations to Terrell Suggs being inducted into the Ravens Ring of Honor.
I almost cried about that during the stream.
I was a big Terrell Suggs fan when he was at Arizona State.
Yeah, me too. T-Sizzle was the shit.
I loved him in college. I loved him in the pros. Congrats to Terrell. And he looked fucking dope in that suit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that
congrats
slick
to Terrell
black.
Suggs, one of the most fun linebackers I've had the privilege of watching in my life. Loved you with the Sun Devils. Loved 13 years with the Ravens. Congrats to Terrell Suggs.
That was probably our biggest fuck up. And I know why. I watched the interview with Terrell Suggs and everything about why he left. It was because of his mom was getting ready to pass and he wanted to stay closer to her. That's why he left. And the Ravens agreed. But in reality, none of them wanted to get rid of him.
Well, as someone who's lost their mother, I can understand that.
Yeah, T-Sizzle wanted every last moment he could get with his mom. And he didn't want to risk being on the road with Baltimore in a states and states away and his mom having an incident, so that's why he left. I love you, T-Sizzle, being someone that I grew up watching you, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, all of the greats in our Baltimore defense, and even going back in time. You deserved it. Thank you. And you meant the fucking world to every Ravens fan ever. But to get back to...
continue with Roquan.
Yeah, to get back to what Manny was talking about with that player. Raquan has been doing hits, and even Shannon Sharp, Ray Lewis, and even older defensive players back in the day have had conversations, interviews, and it's been on camera.
I'm going to drop some ballast.
Okay. And
keep going.
Raquan Smith has been putting in hits that people are claiming that he is the modern day Ray Lewis.
Dude,
I don't agree with that. But I love Raquan Smith. He is my current modern-day favorite defensive player right now. And it's not because he's a Ravens player. He could be Broncos, Raiders, Patriots, for the RAWBall podcast fans, or anyone else. And if he kept playing the same way he did, like if he was on the Browns and we had Myles Garrett and Raquan Smith would still be my favorite in that defensive core. But he's been putting on hits that people are saying that it's like modern or old day Ray Lewis, that he's putting on the hit to hurt them. Yet he's not getting a flag for intentional anything. Yet we're getting defensive players for the Broncos like yours, Maddie, that, his first intentional hit, yes, 100%, that was a helmet to helmet. I saw that. We all saw that. Everyone saw the replay. We saw it live on the podcast. That was intentional. But the shit that he got targeted for that shoulder to shoulder, even coming from a former defensive player of almost every fun except cornerback and free safety. I've played linebacker, left end, defensive tackle, right end, left outside linebacker, you name it. I've played it. That was a clean shoulder to shoulder hit. He was not intentional trying to hurt him or put any unnecessary impact, like how the NFL wants to say it nowadays. He didn't try to hurt him, yet he got an intentional flag for that. I think that's absolutely bullshit. And I'm not even a fan of the Broncos.
Say this when it comes to the flagging for intentional hits, because obviously we're not on the field, we're not there.
Yeah.
But to the eye, to the oculars of the viewer, it's fairly clear when it's intentional. When it's unintentional, it can be a little muddy, and that's kind of Tom Grossi would be, just all over this with, how the refs are the 33rd NFL team.
They really are.
But there's times when it's clear, it's evident that was just intentional. You were trying to take that guy's head off.
Again,
and there's other times where it's a little, it could kind of go either way. It's a judgment call. But anywho, Scow. Going through the scores this week. Jags Saints Thursday night. Jaguars got a win over the Saints, 31-24. Alvin Kamara touched the ball 29 times. Oh, Cap just acquired him.
Didn't you draft him and then drop him and then pick him up?
No, fuck no. He was suspended
He was suspended.
I thought Cap drafted him, dropped him, and then picked him up.
Nope. Cap used his salesman techniques and acquired the services of Alvin Kamara, who touched the ball 29 times.
I haven't even looked at the trade. Who did you trade for?
T. Higgins and Deontay Johnson.
You traded 2 receivers for a running back?
Because wide receiver and a running back. Isn't Deontay Johnson a running back?
Because his wide receiver core is dog shit. My running back core is dog shit. And I was searching through teams I came at Maddie first. Maddie wouldn't trade me a running back. So I went to a team who is 1-5 and is like, dude, come on. I'm 5-2. You're 1-5. You need receivers. I need a running back. Let's do some business here. Come on. To quote one of my favorite lines in movie history from the movie The Goods. Come on, honey. Don't be a bitch. Let's talk price here.
I'm doing that with Devontae Adams with my friend Caesar. I'm trying to acquire him.
Caesar's ass. I took my size 14 and implanted it so far up his ass, he's tasting shoe polish.
He did that to me in Mortal Kombat.
I will say I apologize, Cap, for basically laughing in your face when you were like, what will you do to trade Eckler or Kenneth Walker? I was basically like, I'm not trading those guys.
Hey, I start at the top and I work my way down.
You ain't getting to everybody watching. You ain't getting Kenneth Walker. You ain't getting Eckler, and you ain't getting Mahomes.
I'll find a way to get fucking Kittle, damn it.
It's gonna be Mahomes who causes you to have to wear his jersey and eat basically a New York strip piece of charcoal covered
with
in
ketchup. Yep. But I did tell Matt, and I've said it on the stream with you guys, I'll make sure it's seasoned well. I'll have to boil it. I'll fucking microwave it. I'll air fry it. And then I'll put it on the pan and then finish it nicely in the oven.
I'm going to eat a hockey puck, guys.
Oh, no, you're fucked. We let the person that has recently gone to culinary school is certified in every way in the kitchen. I know how to make a steak perfectly. He is
our resident Gordon Ramsay.
What Super Bowl are we on, guys? Can I just take that?
Super Bowl, fuck you. That's what we're at, Matt. The numbers don't matter. The numbers don't matter, Mason. You're eating a fucked steak.
All that happens is all Kansas City has to do is get to they don't have to win it. They just have to get to the Super Bowl.
I thought it was to the championship.
No. They just have to get to this. They have to win the AFC championship, get to the Super Bowl, and Maddie has to eat a hockey puck covered in ketchup.
I'll figure a way to convince him to do it
while wearing a Mahomes jersey.
We can find a way so he doesn't have to wear the Mahomes jersey, but if they make it to their championship, he still has to eat the steak.
Come on.
We
made this.
I want him to eat that fucking steak one way or another.
Speaking of,
Matthew in a Mahomes jersey eating a charcoal briquette covered in ketchup, prepared by Devin, served to him on a nice plate with the parsley, the little, the garnish.
Don't worry, I'll butter baste it for you, Matt.
Guys, this is going to be in a hotel room in
after it's as hard as this mahogany desk.
Harder than me watching Daniel Bryan versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah. It will be cooked 4 or 5 ways.
Any takeaways from Jags Saints that caught your eye other than just Kamara is invaluable to this Saints team?
Derek Carr isn't him.
And
wait, we've got the cleanup hitter.
Hey, Davey. Hey, I'll see you Sunday, motherfucker.
Oh, we can't hear you, Davey.
Plug yourself in.
Oh, double muted.
There we
you go.
go.
Double muted, not double jointed. With the show.
So
We're
Jags,
just getting into the
Davey, any
week of football.
takeaways from Jags Saints that you would like to illuminate the fans with?
Last week, good game. Right team won. Didn't score me enough fucking points though.
The most handsome man in football, Trevor Lawrence, finally managed to win a game in the dome.
I love how you guys call him that, and when it comes to like when I call Adam Cole the sexiest man in professional wrestling, I get looked at weird.
I agree with you, Matt. So fuck him.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
So let's get it out of the way. The vicious Vegas Raiders went into Chicago, got their ass absolutely handed to them. Davey, I heard the jokes you were making all day while I was doing whatever. Don't think I wasn't paying attention. I just wasn't able to respond to every single Raider insult.
I thought Jerry's kid looked quite not good. I don't want to say bad because that would be wrong.
Just fucking fire McDaniels. Jesus Christ.
Cap, I just want to say, I'm glad it wasn't Denver.
Hey, we still whipped your ass.
Yeah, you still got one more game against me, fucktard.
Well, I would say the next time you guys play us, it's at the Death
another
Star.
win. I think that's a win for Denver. I think that's what I have written down. That not OKC, my bad. The vicious Vegas Raiders went 1-1 with Denver.
Could you imagine if the Raiders relocated to Oklahoma City?
I'd love that.
Christ. Well, I mean, they would be about 3 hours
for
away
you.
from me.
The Oklahoma City outrageous Quakers.
Quakers? God damn. What are we going to have Richard Nixon as our mascot?
Oh, never mind. I have the Raiders beating you guys both.
Do you have Amish there? We could name them after that.
I'm not aware of an Amish community in Oklahoma City. I've frequented that area quite a few times in my life, most recently about a year ago, but I'm not aware of an Amish community.
Okay.
The Bears, I don't want to say the Bears look good because they were playing such shit competition, but god damn did the Raiders look.
Well, no, dude, this was
awful.
The backup bowl. This was the backup bowl. We had Brian Hoyer, who, just like Zach Ertz, is 142 years old. And we had T-Bag.
T-Bag?
Yeah. Tyler Baggett? Bagant? How do you pronounce his last name, Davey?
The Bagman. I have no idea how to pronounce his last name, but he played quite good.
He didn't do bad. He really didn't.
With him.
Yeah, he far outplayed our quarterback situation.
But that's also because the Raiders' defense is absolute dog shit.
Yes. Oh, believe me, I'm quite aware of this. So, Browns and Colts, this game, we've said this as I put into the chat while I was doing family shit. Rod Serling was writing this Sunday of the NFL. This was the Twilight Zone. Browns beat the Colts 39-38. This game was fucked 6 ways from sideways. I remember watching it, but I can't tell you anything I saw other than it was just constant ref ball.
You want to know the crazy? You want to know the crazy thing is, this is the second highest scoring game this season, and the first highest scoring game this season was Miami versus Denver. And I don't want to talk about that game anymore, so let's continue.
You know, I just realized that
70-20.
I'm correct with how many wins and losses you are, but I don't have the right people winning. I have you guys beat Green Bay, and I had you guys beat the Commies. But you guys beat Chicago. That's the only difference.
This is one of those weird games where I don't think the Browns are this good, and I don't think the Colts are that bad. This just
is Gardner Minshew better than what we've thought?
No, Gardner Minshew is exactly who we thought he was.
Yeah,
he is who we
But
thought
is he better
was.
than Anthony Richardson? Because
Absolutely not.
he put up bad points.
Absolutely not. Tony Richardson just didn't listen to Trevor Lawrence. That's the only thing that happened.
And now he's not going to play until next year. The Minshew Express is off and running. So those of you who are fans of mustaches, Matthew, will get to be seeing this gentleman playing many a game this year because now that Anthony Richardson took the surgery to kill his season.
No, it was the smart idea. This is your rookie season. Get that surgery out of the way, and then just continue your career.
I've heard possibilities of the Colts trying to get Trey Lance.
No. That would be so fucking stupid of the If they try to go for Trey Lance, they have to go to fucking Jerry Jones himself.
Uncle Bill gets his 300th win. Davey, I'll let you have the floor on this one. What the fuck was this Bills-Patriots mishigosh?
I've never seen Davey so confused
Hebrew
in my life.
God.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like there's no way the Bills should have won.
The Bills are not this bad. The Patriots are not that good. What the fuck happened this week?
I have never
Cap
seen
takes
Davey
1
so
week off
confused.
and everything goes to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
The game should never have been that close. You know, granted,
No.
the Bills at the end of their portion of the offensive game did what they needed to do. They stormed back down the field. They got the touchdown. They took the lead. Problem is, they let New England storm all the way back down the field. They couldn't stop them. Well, I don't know
They
what
couldn't
went on in
stop
that game.
Macadoodle Jones.
Mac Jones went 25 of 30 for like 250 plus yards.
He was popping off for no reason.
I mean, are we really cashing out on the Bills and betting on the Patriots at this point? I mean,
No.
Is this the start of the Madden curse, though?
This is the start of the Madden curse.
No.
And Bills
the
are
start of the
lowest talent
Madden
week.
curse was week 1 when they got beat by the Rogerless Jets.
I'm still pissed I had to change my fucking fantasy name because of that.
The only reason why I got changed my name is because of thank you, John Rice.
And that's another thing. Don't get me started on that.
Around here, we like to keep things simple and honest.
In the name of
That's
God,
why I progress.
fucking ads.
Around here, we like to keep things simple.
Commies and the Giants. This game
That
was
was a
brutal
fuck.
to watch.
I did.
This
I
was-
don't. That was the game I started falling asleep at.
There was no enjoyment for either fan.
There was
base
no
in this
joy in
game.
Mudville.
Nobody enjoyed that game. Nobody
he
wanted to
here?
watch that game. It was without a doubt probably the worst game of the week. If we're not talking about the game that we'll get to in a little bit.
I fucking love you, Maddie. You motherfucker.
Well, I mean, it's one of those matchups with two teams that aren't really particularly going anywhere this year.
Pooping?
They're
What
two
a
teams who are
legend.
basically mirror images of each other, except that the Commies have a really good head coach, and Dable, I think, is still in over his head.
Cojones. Brian Dable has cojones.
Falcons, Buccaneers. What the fuck was this shit?
Bijan Robinson touched the ball one time with 33 seconds left to go in the game. I had Bijan Robinson on an anytime touchdown parlay, and they put him in for 33 in the last 33 seconds of the game, and he got 1 yard.
I cannot figure out the Buccaneers. I still think the Buccaneers are better than we're giving them credit for. I know the record doesn't reflect that, but I think the Bucs are better than they look.
I don't know. We should probably
The
turn that over to
Falcons-
Davey for Barker.
The Falcons,
Barker,
I don't fucking know what this team is. I don't.
And I said that during the stream as well, because we still don't know who Desmond Ridder is.
I'm clueless here.
Now, I do want to turn this over to Davey because he does have thoughts on the Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield
Davey
being their
does.
leader.
Davey, the floor is yours.
Barker Mayfield is Barker Mayfield. Like, he's not going to lead you to the promised land. He hasn't in any of the 8,492 stops he's made so far.
Oh, trust me, one of those stops is here on Dixon Street in Fayetteville, where he got his skull cracked against a fucking concrete wall.
Yeah, and then he had that little
I almost want to go there and take a picture in a Mayfield Bucks jersey just to, to troll him. But anyway, go ahead, Davey.
Yeah, but, he got signed over that little thing that he did out in L.A., the miracle game that he had. That's not him. He's gonna fuck up. He's a mediocre mid-of-pack quarterback. That's all he is. Right?
Did you say medevac?
Mid of the pack.
Mid of the pack. Oh, I thought you said meta. I was like, what?
Also known as like 15th or 16th in the league at best.
He's gonna get you to 9 wins, maybe 10 if he's lucky.
You think he's gonna lead the Buccaneers to 9 to 10 wins this season?
No, it's like he is a quarterback that if all the cosmic tumblers fall into place, you're going to win 9-10 games with him.
I mean, to be fair, he led the Browns to their best season they've had in like the last 20 years.
Brown's going to Brown.
I
don't buy Baker Mayfield, but he's good enough that if everything falls into place, he can get you 9-10 wins.
And having the best thing to happen in Cleveland country in a long time is not exactly a high bar to get over.
Okay.
We are moving on. It is your turn, Dev.
We are moving on to the worst game of the week, in my honest opinion.
What was this shit? The Lions, who looked like a
All right, sorry, I'm back.
team. The Lions, who looked like a kick-ass team to start the year out, they go to Baltimore. They get their ass handed to them. What the hell happened, Davey? Or Dev, pardon me.
So, our offense, it's finally coming to fucking together with all of our injuries. Lamar Jackson had the most yards after catch with throwing with his wide receivers this week. He's actually throwing the ball more.
His best game since 2018 statistically.
Yep, and I do agree. And he's been able to connect more with his wide receivers and everything like that. And our defense is playing the way it should because we have I would say top 3. I would say we're the 3rd best defense in the league. Not just because I'm talking shit on my ass because it's Ravens, because I'm a Ravens fan, but pound for pound.
Let's just check your what have yous here.
I would say we're at least top 3, maybe top 5. But I personally think top 3. But if statistics are different, top 5.
The Ravens, according to NFL.com, at this present time, are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Our defense?
So
or all around? Because I'm talking about our defense.
In terms of yards allowed, the Ravens are the 5th best defense in the NFL.
Okay, so I said top 3, but realistically top 5.
The Ravens have given up 4 touchdowns thus far this year. They have picked the ball off 6 times. They have 29 sacks, which has really helped them.
Yeah, without a doubt, this is one of the
best defense the Ravens have seen in the last decade. We're 2024 season. And since the Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs era and all that shit, this is one of the better defense my Ravens have seen in a while.
And they're
they're young, and they're finally playing the way that they fucking should be.
If they're able to keep this core together and build more on the offense,
We're
the
always going
Ravens
to be
are-
a Super Bowl contender.
not only that, you guys are going to probably be, the pinnacle of the AFC North if you
100%.
guys can do that.
Like Ray
Well,
Lewis
you
and all
still
the great
have- you still-
defensive
well, you
players.
still have that little problem of Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Oh, no, well, yeah, we still have problems in
But if
our
they can stay
offensive
healthy, they're
rivals,
so young,
but
Cap.
yeah, we have spur young players, and the words of famous defensive players Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, fucking Brian Dawkins, Dick Butkus. Defensive players, defensive teams win Super Bowls. And if our defense can keep playing the way we played against the Lions, that were a 5-1, constantly talked about team, that they were going to do great things.
Lawrence
If
Taylor
our
never played for the Ravens, Dev.
no, I wasn't saying
Neither did Dick
I
Butkus.
was saying just defensive players. I never said Ravens. I said
wanna put it
I
back
said
on.
Ray
Hold
Lewis.
on. Let Matty weigh in here. He's calling the timeout. Let Matty have it.
The Lions didn't play like the Lions until the entire second half of the game. It was almost as if
And they still looked awful. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Amon-Ra at least got me points. I was about to say they did not target Amon-Ra almost at all the entire first half.
they didn't really able to target anyone
They
the
weren't
first
able to-
half.
They were not able to move the ball at all. The Lions did
They
not
were
look like the
suffocated.
Lions.
Yeah,
They absolutely suffocated.
no, that's what I was trying to talk
This
about
was
when
the
saying
pillow
great.
over the invalid in hospice care.
100%. That's why I was
Ravens did
talking about
to the
defensive, just great defensive players that I remember saying defense wins Super Bowls. That I wasn't just going Ravens players. The only Ravens players I said was Ed Reed and Ray Lewis.
You didn't
And I
even bring
said-
up Von Miller, man.
I was talking about older ones that were able to play harder defense.
I will
Compared
say
to-
this. This is the one takeaway I got from this game. This was the best the Ravens have looked by far all year. And if this is the Ravens that the NFL has to contend with the rest of the season, this is going to be a very dangerous team.
100%. And that's what I'm hoping
if
for.
Lamar is going to play like this and the defense, this could be a very dangerous team.
What was he? Damn near almost 400 passing yards, a rushing
Pretty close.
touchdown.
Lamar had 357 yards, 3 through the air, 1 on the ground.
Yeah, my brain remembered for some reason 362, but close to fucking enough. But yeah, no, if our defense and our offense can keep playing like that, my fantasy dream, like Matt's hopeless optimism with his Broncos going to the playoffs, my Ravens actually might be not just only playoff contenders, but if they keep playing the way they are, we might be Super Bowl contenders. And that's not just me talking out my ass.
You said that whenever they have to play, a
And
decent team in the playoffs. And
in my calculations, I have the Ravens going 12-5, probably leading our division. I have your Raiders going 7-10, and Denver going 5-12.
We're looking on that path, Devin. We are really looking on that path.
I actually might have
the
a
Raiders
better.
are far closer to that 7 wins than the Broncos are to that 5 wins.
100%. So I generally think that my predictions, the win-loss to who we won and lost to, might be different, but we have a closer stretch to a 12-5 ratio than I thought before even preseason.
Steelers-Rams. Is TJ Watt the best defensive player we've seen in the NFL in the last quarter century?
Yes.
This guy is a shit record.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. If TJ Watt's not there, Steelers are nothing.
Any offensive player they have.
He's better than every player combined than what the Steelers have. If TJ Watt is not there, Steelers are useless.
Yeah, like he's a game changer.
TJ Watt had a 40-yard interception return.
I cannot remember seeing a a defensive player this dominant since either his brother or Michael Strahan in his prime. Those are the two. I'll throw some other, because different positions. Ed Reed and Rivas as defensive backs who were so dominant, but I can't remember a time I've seen a defensive player this dominant in my life, at least in the last 10 years.
Or at least one that, affects his team as much as TJ Watt does. Without TJ Watt, the Steelers, like Devin said, are fucking nothing.
It doesn't matter who they have on the offense.
And I cannot think of another team other than maybe if the 49ers were to lose Bosa as being that dominant.
We'll get to the Niners here in a minute.
I would say Bosa's second to McCaffrey.
I'm talking strictly defensive.
Oh, yeah, strictly defense.
Aaron
Donald.
If you remove, he's in his twilight. I was saying teams who, if you remove this one defensive player, it completely changes everything about them.
I would still say Aaron Donald for the Rams.
I cannot think of another defensive player right now other than Bosa for the Niners who is as key.
As much as I do back up Devin on a lot of the things he says, I do have to actually be with Cap on this one. Aaron Donald is definitely in the twilight of his career. He hit his peak about 3 seasons ago.
2 to 3, somewhere in there.
And D lineman, especially at the rate that he was playing, the amount of weight that he was pushing during that prime, he's not going to have a long prime. He's nearing his twilight. Aaron Donald may still be one of the pound for pound strongest guys in the league, but it doesn't mean that he's still one of the best defensive linemen in the league.
It's like a great steak, but it has a very short shelf life at that particular. It's like, okay, you go to the grocery store, you found just the most beautiful New York strip T-bone porterhouse, and this is going to be the most delicious piece of meat you've sunk your teeth into in a long time, but you got to cook it pretty quick because it ain't going to last a week. You got a few days here.
Mm-hmm.
A few days being a few seasons in defensive terms.
Yeah.
Steelers Rams. This was. I still don't know how the Steelers won this, but it's the Steelers. They do this shit. To quote Tree, the bullshit and high end talent.
Yeah, I was about to say this game was based on bullshit because ref ball was very prevalent in this game.
I even forgot even during the stream. I forgot Kenny Pickett was even playing.
Kenny Pickett was 11 of 12 in the fourth quarter.
What is it with Kenny Pickett in the fourth quarter? He just needs to be able to spread that out throughout the rest.
Here I come to save the day.
Now, one thing that we haven't talked about in this game was Brett. No, I'm not Bill's brother.
Who is no longer a member of the Rams.
Yeah.
He got
3. Yeah, and we were saying that Sunday. Like, there is no way he makes it to next weekend on that team.
Catch Brett Maher at your local fucking Dollar Tree, bragging groceries.
Oh, he'll get picked up by somebody.
Like, he was 3 of 5 on attempts. So that certainly did not help their cause.
Was he 3 of 5? I thought he was 2 of 5 because I thought he missed 3.
3 or 5.
He missed 2 extra points and a field goal, or was it 2 field goals and an extra point? He missed 3 kicks.
Yeah. But that's leaving points on the board. Right? It's not like they got pounded in that game. They only lost by a touchdown. You miss 2 field goals and you miss a point after.
That's a tie.
That's a tie game.
That's overtime.
Right. At the worst, it's overtime.
Cardinals Seahawks.
We got a frozen Devin. We got a frozen Devin picture.
I have to throw this out here about the Seahawks. I don't know if it's Pete Carroll's voodoo magic. I don't know what it is. Pete Carroll may be the most underrated head coach in the NFL because somehow, after losing Russell Wilson, after losing the Legion of Boom, he still has this team looking pretty damn good.
Kenneth Big Boy Pants Walker.
I like this Seahawks team. I'm not saying Super Bowl or anything like that,
No.
but this Seahawks team, they've got some fur on their nuts.
Yeah,
They play to win every
this is
single
the
week.
trench fighting team of the NFL. This team is the one that is fighting for every yard. Like,
Yeah.
you see it in the team. Like, they are fighting.
And Geno Smith, I mean, didn't look spectacular, but
No, but Gino
they
did
got
that.
they got the win. They're 4-2.
And he did that without Metcalf in the game too.
Yep, they did it without Metcalf, and they are right now the best team in that division. It's like it's them and the 49ers as far as who's going to win that division because the Rams have looked lately. Not the 49ers have looked good, but we know the talent level of the 49ers is far superior. But if these two teams meet in the playoffs, Seahawks, Niners, it may be a lot closer than the experts would think, to quote Lee Corso.
It could be any man's game if it was up to those two.
Any whole ass grown man's game.
Yeah.
Kenneth Big Boy Pants Walker.
Especially if Seattle can get home field advantage if them and San Francisco meet.
What are the actual, let me pull it, the NFL standings right now. Let me look at the NFC West. I'm very curious here. So right now, the Niners have a half game lead on the Seahawks. The Rams are 3-4. The Cardinals are 1-6. San Francisco's 5-2. The Seahawks are 4-2. I mean, we'll get to the 49ers a little bit later, but Seahawks are not looking bad.
No.
I like the grittiness of this team.
Scrappy. They are a scrappy team.
Wiry.
It's a team of fighters, without a doubt.
Yeah. Like
So
not a world beater team by any means, but they're going to be in the game.
This is
Packers
the second
Broncos
worst,
this week.
This is the second worst game of the week, without a shadow of a fucking doubt.
This game hurt.
Have you ever watched paint
To
dry,
observe.
guys?
Yeah,
That's what
I
this
have.
That's what this game was, and
let's think of this. It was 9-0 at halftime, right?
we scored most of our points off field goals.
Yeah, 3 points in the first, 6 in the second.
Maddie, I mean,
and they traded.
We know the Broncos suck, but do the Packers suck that badly? What happened here? The floor is yours, Matthew.
I just made the analogy. If y'all watched paint dry, have y'all ever seen a dumpster fire?
Yep.
Because both teams wanted to lose this game. It looked like, and I don't know why, but I will say, when red zone cut out with like a minute left of the game, and we had just gotten the ball back, and it was like 2nd and 7 with 1:30 to go in the game. That's not enough time to run out the clock. The game cut out, and at one point, Davey's like, "Oh shit, you guys didn't convert on 4th down. Packers have the ball at 27 or on the 27-yard line." It was a 2-score game. A field goal would have put them in the win. I had a fucking miniature heart attack on air. Because I was like, of course, Denver would totally be the team to have this game won. We just got the ball back and still fuck it up. But we didn't. Davey, I hate you for making me have a heart attack on air.
Slight stroke, but he's recovered nicely.
Denver is now 2-5, 1-3 at home. We'll get to the schedule for Week 8 as we go along here, but God damn, Russell Wilson just does not look good.
Efficient. He's getting the ball to people. They're just not moving forward.
What should have been the game of the week, but wound up getting chargered.
Oh, this definitely got chargered. And happy tight end day to Mr. Travis Kelce, who him and
he's a Swiftie.
Him and Patrick Mahomes, hey, they made history. They're 4th all time in tight end quarterback.
And now Reed and Mahomes have an 880 win percentage as
nuts.
Now, granted, they've only been a tandem for what, 5, 6 years?
I think Mahomes has been in the league for 7.
No. Mahomes' first year was 2007, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 6, 7. Holy shit.
I know my dates. I base them off of WrestleManias, damn it.
We still have Brady and Belichick, who were a tandem for 20 years, 19 years?
Yeah, 19, yeah.
19 years. But still, I hate to say this. When he drafted Mahomes, he found his guy who could run the Andy Reid offense, which is all throw, no run, no defense, just throw the ball. And somehow Mahomes makes that work. I don't know how it just does. The Chiefs are now 5-1. And it's looking again like the Chiefs are the class of the AFC, and they're going to go right back to the Super Bowl.
And
Matty's going to be eating well-done steak.
Not only that, the Chargers also found a way to not utilize Austin Eckler, to not utilize
the Chargers. I'm not saying the Chargers should have won this game, but that final score of 31-17, it wasn't that the Chiefs were that much better. It was that the Chargers were that much worse. This was a chargering.
Yeah, and it's like I said Sunday, like with the amount of talent on the Chargers team, they should not have the record they have. They're not fundamentally sound as a football team.
Davey, not to interrupt, Davey. Is it the personnel or is it the coaching staff? What is your thought? What are your thoughts there?
Well, I mean, they generally go hand in hand.
They do, but this has to be coaching staff. I look at this roster. This has to be a coaching staff issue. There's no way in.
No, but I've seen teams, regardless of sport, like NFL, NHL, MLB, CFL up here, right? Very, very talented rosters. But if you don't have the fundamentals of what you're trying to do down pat, right, you are not going to succeed. And I think that
you think it's more of it's a nuts and bolts thing rather than a scaffolding and
doing the wrong things at the wrong time, at the wrong time, and consistently doing it. Right, accidents will happen in any game. You know,
well, look at my birth. Accidents will happen.
Yeah. But if
fucking same cap.
But if you're consistent.
Same as fuck.
Those errors over and over and over again. Well, then all of a sudden, they're not one-offs; they're a pattern, right? So I think what you're seeing in the Chargers is more of a pattern. Like they're not one-offs. There's a consistency to it. And their record reflects that. The record doesn't reflect the talent that's on that team.
If I were, I think I honestly, not. You've got a great point, Davey. You're not wrong. I see this as more of like a 60-40, 65-35 coaching problem than a player problem. They have the talent, but if the coaching is not there to, as you say, those little things, hone in on those little things week in, week out in practice. And I may just be a Chargers sympathizer. I may just hate Spanos that much. but I think this is as close as the ratio may be, on a given Sunday varying. I think this is a coaching thing. Staley, I don't know if you guys have ever, deer in the headlights, squirrel in the dirt. I don't think this guy understands what the fuck he's doing. Kellen Moore's a damn good offensive coordinator. We know that. But Staley doesn't seem like he knows, like he couldn't stick his thumb up his ass in 3 tries. But anywho, that's that.
Yeah, no, this team is a very is mediocre the word?
No, because if they were mediocre, they would be like 3-3. This team is they're right now they're 2-4. They should be 4-2 if everything fell correctly. Probably more 3-3. But the fact that they've lost games the way they have to the teams they have, again, Davey had it nailed it. It's those little bitty nuts and bolts that add up over the course of, here we're coming into week 8, basically at the halfway point of the season, more or less. And this team that should be 4-2 is 2-4. At worst, they should be 3-3, but good God, Sunday night, Eagles, Dolphins. We were expecting a fireworks show. We got RAWBall.
Exactly. That's exactly.
This has to be one of the absolute. I've been watching football, NFL football, since 1999 on a fairly continual basis. This was RAWBall. They were giving this game to Philly.
It was. I wasn't even watching it, and just watching Twitter react to it. It was. It was a game.
This felt like, remember how the AFC title game in the hotel in San Antonio. We were all 3 of us, and Maddie has disappeared.
Maddie has suffered the rapture.
Well, San Antonio, the day after the Royal Rumble, we're all in the hotel room. We're watching Chiefs Bengals, the AFC title game last year. And irregardless of who we wanted to see win, we could see the referees running this game. This was a ref game. Maddie's back. Okay, Maddie, I was just referencing. Okay, AFC title game last year, San Antonio, in the hotel room. We were watching it. We were saying the refs are fucking running this game.
I almost threw my fucking phone through the TV.
That is what this game felt like.
I almost threw my fucking phone through the TV.
It felt like the refs are handing this one to Philadelphia, come hell or high water. If the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise, it doesn't matter. Philly's winning this game. We know Miami is not that bad, and we know Philly is not quite that good, but the brotherly referee shove put them over the top here.
Yeah, I did see that, and it was we just had bad calls all fucking weekend, didn't we?
The refs were featured, to quote Tom Grossi. The refs got featured this week. They pick their spots, but it's like every 3-4 weeks the refs get featured. It's again, I think the Eagles are a great team. They're a very well put together team, but Miami is not this bad. They got fucked.
No, without a doubt,
and not in a good way.
Yeah, and this was a game for Miami after what happened in Buffalo. Could have been a statement game for them. It's like, this is our division, mine. You're not taking it, right? That didn't happen.
Well, the same week that Bill defeats the Bills for his 300th, Miami gets revved against the Eagles, and the Jets are off. So go figure.
300, interesting number. Another 300 just done in the NHL. Alex Ovechkin just scored his 300th power play goal, most all
Jesus.
time.
Power play?
And let us conclude the rundown of last week with
What-
this fucking head
With
scratcher.
the game
The
that
Vikings
made
beat
Maddie
the
beat
40
me.
fucking Niners.
Matt, legit, if they did not throw to Kelsey, that
Kittle.
sorry, not Kelsey, Kittle. If they did not throw to Kittle, that last fucking play that they had, I would have beat you.
No. I know we all have something to say about this game. I've got things to say. Everybody does. So I'm going to go in alphabetical order here. Davey, I'm going to let you take the lead.
Wouldn't
Davey,
you go in
Dev.
alphabetical order?
No. Davey, Dev,
Yeah.
and then Cap. Cap's going to relieve
How?
some. I'm going to relieve some ballast.
Oh,
Okay.
So
I was
Davey,
like-
Dev, and then Maddie. Then I'll weigh in. So Davey,
the
go ahead
alphabetical order
with this
for my
game.
game.
Alphabetical sans ballast. So Davey, you go ahead here. 49ers, Vikings. What the fuck is happening here? Are the Vikings that good? I don't think so. Are the 49ers this bad? What the fuck is going on?
I didn't see a lot of this game, as I actually had the Raw from the WWE's on last night.
Holy shit, you were watching Raw?
You
Yep.
poor thing.
It's actually been quite good the last probably 3 weeks.
I've been watching highlights of it. I'm enjoying the Pierce fucking
Yeah, no, it's been
what's his name?
pretty consistent. There's
All
some
this?
Yeah.
more match times on there. The stories are blending in with the matches, which is how you're supposed to do it. So it's not all one-sided. Women
That's
are getting
good.
time. Yeah, not everything is as cartoonish as it was. So yeah, it's worth checking into again if
For
you
about
so
another
choose.
2 weeks before someone fucks it up.
Well, Paul is on an animal house condition right now, double secret probation. See how he does. But I was following this on the stat tracker as it pertained to my matchup, which didn't end well because of the 49ers.
At least the Patriots won.
But the Patriots won. As to whether or not the Vikings are what they are, the Vikings are lumped in with a lot of other teams. The Rams, the Chargers, tons of talent, but exactly what are they, right? 3-4 for the way they play. 3-4 is probably right. Right? Losing Jefferson definitely hurt, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But what was the other one? Jordan Addison? He was getting targeted like fucking crazy.
He was on a fucking roll last night.
Addison had 7 receptions for 123 yards and 2 TDs.
Yeah.
Hawkinson
he
had a
was
good
pop-
game. 11 catches for 86. No
Touch
TDs.
tight end day.
Tight
even
end
though it was
day.
the day after.
Yeah, shut up with that fucking Kittle suck dick boy.
Yeah, no, I was watching that on Matt. It's like Maddie's pretty close here. He basically
I
needs a
was
catch, and he got it.
he at the last time I checked me and Maddie's fantasy points, it was legit. All Kittle really needed was
Was 8
like
points.
one catch with like 1 to 2 yards. And that was already Maddie either tying with me or beating me. And then I saw Kittle get 1 catch for like 12. And then I was like, fuck.
Yeah, so
Bro, whenever I looked at it, and I think it was 10 receptions for 75 yards?
Yeah, like Kittle would have had to essentially catch a short pass and fumble it in order for you to re-win.
Yeah. Or every time Kittle caught the ball, it was a fumble.
Or just not target Kittle at all, which was what I was worried about.
I was hoping, and that's not what I had at all.
But one
But
thing
you
I've noticed
beat me.
with the Niners with Purdy, like he's had to come back and charge the team down the field to try to win the game. Twice he hasn't been able to do that. So is he the guy or is he not the guy?
I think he's the guy. He just had a bad night. Even the best of the best, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers of modern time, Ben Roethlisberger, even the better quarterbacks of recent time, they've had their shitty games. This was just Purdy. This was what Purdy's first regular season loss or second.
Second in a row.
But
I'm going to. Here's what I'm going to say. I know on this show and on others, the comparison has been made. Purdy, Brady, Mr. Irrelevant. Let's not forget the first 3-4 seasons of Tom Brady's career before he really started to click and get it.
I was about to say, didn't he make the Super Bowl his third fucking season?
He made it his first, his third, and his fourth. So 3 out of his first 4, he went to the Super Bowl. And
Purdy arguably could have went to the Super Bowl his first season if he didn't get Tommy John.
And,
Yeah.
And I wasn't, bragging on Purdy there before. His stats from last year in 9 games are almost identical to what they are this year through 7, as far as passing percentage, yards per attempt, TD, interception
He is an
ratio.
anomaly
Purdy
player.
is still a young fellow.
Right.
He's not a good. He's not a good fellow. He's a young fellow.
Yeah.
And here is the thing: there is the secret sauce to the 49ers winning games with Brock Purdy as quarterback. The defense, a la Patriots, early 2000s, the defense dominates. A lot of running with Christian McCaffrey. Purdy makes some appropriate throws. They win games.
Now, I will put out there.
Purdy is not the guy who can take over a game yet and win it.
That was my point.
He has to have that defense, that suffocating defense, that Christian McCaffrey good run game, and he does his job. That is how the 49ers win games right now.
And
the problem is they are getting away from that because their defense, for some reason, is forgetting how to suffocate the opposition, irregardless of whom that opposition is, whether it be Kirk Cousins or Perkins, Pekingese for Cleveland 2 weeks ago.
Oh, PJ Walker.
Yeah. They have that defense has to suffocate the opposing team's offense, and then it's a very classic, run the ball, game script. That's how the 49ers can win games.
Now,
they are getting away from that because I think they're trying to give Purdy far more of the reins of this coach than he needs this stage coach than he needs right now. You have to remember he's still greener than grass. He has yet to start a full season as quarterback. It has to be defense, running ball control, and making appropriate throws when necessary. Minnesota has a phenomenal offense when they have their shit together. Cleveland has a shit-wrecking defense that can suffocate any quarterback in the pocket. That is what we've seen the last 2 weeks, in my opinion. San Francisco is still a threat. I think they are still, pound for pound, probably the best team in the NFC other than Philadelphia. And it's a coin flip on a given Sunday, depending on who's on the field. But San Francisco just needs to take some deep breaths, needs to calm down and think and remember, how did we do what we did last year? Let's start doing that again.
Now, I will point out they are without their Hall of Fame blindside offensive tackle,
which is a big big issue.
That
especially with
gives Brock Purdy the susceptibility to have
we know
what
Cleveland
happened
has
to
a
him
great front
last
seven,
night.
and Minnesota has a deceptively good front. Minnesota is good up front.
Oh, dude, no, Minnesota is always a
They're
scary
shit
team.
in the secondary, but Minnesota is pretty good up front. We know Cleveland is with Myles Garrett is stifling.
And with the last 2 weeks seeing Tyron Williams go down, their star left tackle.
Trent Williams.
No, I think it's Tyrone. I don't think
It
it's
was
Frank. Trent. I thought you said Frank.
Trent.
Yeah, but that is without a doubt one of their biggest offensive pieces because he's able to protect Purdy in that way, so that way he's not getting fucking shit wrecked from behind.
Exactly.
And without him, we're starting to notice a decline in Purdy's production. He got pressured so much last night.
And any right-handed quarterback who loses their blindside left tackle, especially one as good as Williams, they are going to have issues. That's not on Purdy.
No.
That's any quarterback in the NFL. You lose your blindside tackle, you lose your wingman, you're going to have problems.
And another thing I wanted to point out is Purdy also has some stupid weapons in the wide receiver core, in Brandon Ayuk and Samuel and
Kittle,
like
McCaffrey.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can throw McCaffrey in there because that man is a running back wide receiver. That man can probably play quarterback. I'm pretty sure.
He's got an arm.
I'm pretty sure he can call offensive plays better than Matt Canada out in Pittsburgh.
Probably.
Oh, Canada.
Yo.
So getting into this week's games. Thursday
Bucks
night.
Bills is the Thursday
Buccaneers
night.
Bills. The present line, the line is Buffalo minus 8.5.
Why in the fuck are we being subjected to such dog shit on Thursdays?
Because they hate us.
Because they put the worst game they have on Thursdays. Buffalo is favored by 8.5. I think this is going to be Buffalo doing some shit wrecking because they did not like what happened in Foxborough a few days ago.
Yeah, they're going to want to make an example of somebody, and Tampa Bay just happens to be that somebody this year. Not even Barker will be able to save them in this one.
The odd statistic I'm looking at here, Josh Allen has 15 touchdowns in 7 weeks. So 15 divided by 7. He's averaging 2 touchdowns a game, but he also has 7 interceptions. So he's averaging 2 touchdowns and an interception per game. Those are not MVP numbers.
They are not MVP numbers, but will we see a 30 for 30 again in Tampa? Because we saw Baker chef up a couple turnovers on Sunday.
Yeah.
I think Buffalo.
And then what? He got hurt?
I think Buffalo wins this one. It's not going to be a blowout because it's a Thursday. It's a quick turnaround. But I think Buffalo wins this convincingly. The 8.5, maybe. I don't gamble on games, but
I do.
But isn't Baker still hurt? Didn't he get hurt that game and he's questionable for this week?
I don't think he got hurt. David,
no,
do you remember
Baker's
Baker
fine.
getting hurt?
Baker's not. There's no injury designation on Baker.
I'm going Buccaneers.
I'm going Bills.
I'm going Bills.
Buffalo.
Maybe.
It always starts out this way every fucking week.
Davey, what was your pick?
Buffalo.
So we got 3-1. All right.
Every fucking week.
Yeah.
Starting the Sunday slate, Rams at Cowboys. The Cowboys are 6.5-point favorites.
Are they fucking really? I'm going Los Angeles.
As much as I fucking hate them, Dallas.
I'm with it, Davey. I fucking hate the Cowboys.
Are you guys
but
fucking
Dallas
serious?
is beating the Bears. I want the Rams to win, but Dallas is going to win.
I hate it, but I'm going Dallas too. I think this is going to be the Rams. They're going to be 4-4. or no, 3-5, and this is going to be the post game. I'm saying is maybe where the Rams are going to have to decide put up or shut up, because they're going to be 3-5 in this division at this point. And they're on the road. They're at Dallas. I think Dallas takes this one, unfortunately. So the next game, Vikings at Packers. The line is a pick 'em. It is even.
50-50?
As of Tuesday night. I'm taking Vikings. The Vikings they've got some kind of voodoo going. I don't know what it is.
After what I saw last week against Denver,
I'm taking Vikings.
After what I saw last week against Denver and Green Bay's horrible ability to clock manage, I'm taking Minnesota here.
I'm taking Minnesota as well.
I will go with the Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
So we got a 4-0 there.
Shelton Benjamin's out there?
Oh yeah.
No, the Minnesota
yeah.
Wrecking Crew, that was Ole Anderson and Gene
Oh
Anderson.
shit! No, what was what was Lesnar and
Yeah, I thought that was Lesnar and
I
Shelton.
thought they were the Wrecking Crew too.
I thought they were the Minnesota Wrecking Crew too. Shelton and Lesnar.
The original Wrecking Crew was Ole and Gene.
Okay, they might have repackaged the name for Lesnar and Shelton, because I could have swore they were called the Wrecking Crew as well. Anyway, on to the
Game
next
3
game.
for Sunday. Falcons at Titans. Falcons are 2.5-point favorites on the road.
I'm not even
because Tannehill is probably not going to play.
I'm not giving this game enough time.
I'm taking Falcons here.
I'm not giving this game any of my time. Atlanta.
Tennessee.
Atlanta by 15.
What? Dev, are you smoking crack?
I think the backup quarterbacks might be able to put through for Tennessee over Desmond Ritter. I feel like Ritter's gonna suck ass.
Davey, what are your thoughts?
I will go with Atlanta on this one.
3-1, thank you.
And to circle back to answer Matthew's question, it was the Minnesota Stretching Crew.
Stretching Crew.
In 2000 and 2001.
Stretching Crew. Okay, that's
Saints
so close.
at Colts. Colts are 1-point home favorites.
New Orleans. They have to get
New Orleans
somewhere.
New Orleans.
They have to get a win somewhere.
Definitely. I think it's New Orleans.
Season, Prize Picks is making
Oh shit, we got an ad.
more.
God damn it.
We're not even
Okay.
sponsored by anybody, damn it.
Not by
yet.
anybody we want to be sponsored by. If Blue Chew and Manscaped and DraftKings, want to, or
I'd be down as fuck for
Maddie, your soap company.
yeah, that's
Dr.
that's
Squatch.
Dr.
Dr.
Squatch.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got like 6 fucking bars of that shit in my bathroom. I can go grab each and every one of them.
Hey, I was a Dr. Squatch subscriber. Great stuff.
I'm a Dr. Squatch homer. Like, let's
But
fucking
unfortunately
go.
now I'm the sole breadwinner for a family of 2.
Warner Brothers, fucking sponsor us
I can't
for
afford designer
Onslaught.
soap anymore. I have to take care of family.
Warner Brothers, I love your Mortal Kombat Onslaught.
Do you need me to send you some Dr. Squatch cap? I've got enough.
Derek Carr has 1,600 yards through the air this year, but has 6 touchdowns and 4 picks.
I was about to say that 1,600 yards is not fucking showing itself on the field, because the Saints are having a fucking horrible time scoring points.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like he's putting up yards, but he's invisible at the same time.
Patriots, Dolphins. Dolphins are 9.5-point favorites.
I'll go
Miami.
with Indianapolis in that game too, by the way.
Okay, so you're going.
Oh, you're the 3-1.
Okay, so we got a 1-3 there. Pats and
The,
Dolphins.
Miami.
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 4-0.
Miami is going to do exactly what I want them not to do and keep scoring points.
Yes, please, Tyreek. I need to beat Davey.
Tua has 2,092 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 6 picks.
How many yards does good old Tyreek have?
Not enough.
902.
That is more than enough, Devin. Shut
Not
the fuck
enough.
up. Dude,
He should be
you're-
almost 1,500.
Cap's calling timer here. Cap's calling timer here. So Tyreek,
he's
902.
almost at 1,000 halfway through the season.
His goal is
902.
2,000.
Hey, oh. 902 divided by 7. That's 128. Let's multiply that out by 17 games. Tyreek is on pace for 2,191 receiving
Not enough.
yards,
No,
which would break the all-time record.
Not enough.
held by a Mr. Jerry Rice. If
I
I'm not
want like
mistaken.
2,500.
Now, Tua is at 2,092 divided by 7. Multiply that out by 17. He's on pace for 5,081.
What's that in the rankings?
I think all-time is like, I think Peyton has the all-time yards, like 52, 5,300. It was that season in Denver. Maddie, can you effort that one for me?
Are we talking about the Manning season?
Yeah, the Manning season was like 53, 5,400 yards.
He had like 5,400 yards, 56 touchdown passes,
Yeah.
and every game he hit 8 receivers or more. He got Julius Thomas almost into one of the best tight end conversation contentions.
So
Wes Welker, Demaryius Thomas, and fucking it was a team, bro. It was
so
a
Tua
squad.
isn't even where close on touchdowns, yards, depending on what happens. But Tyreek is on pace for damn near 2,200 yards.
No, Tyreek Hill has every
Not enough.
potential possibility to be a
Let's see, 902 yards divided by 53 receptions. He's averaging 17 yards a catch.
I think ESPN last said he was averaging 22 before this week.
Okay, here we go. The battle for New York. Jets at Giants.
Jets.
Holy fuck, is this going to be funny as hell to watch.
Tyrod
The
Taylor
line,
leading the Giants to a
the
win.
Jets are 3-point favorites.
Tyrod Taylor is leading the Giants to a win. I'm going New York Giants.
I'm gonna go New York on this one.
Which one, Davey? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I am taking the Jets here.
Yeah, I'm
Jets.
going with the captain on this one. I'm gonna go with the Jets.
I'm the only one going the Giants. Please, Tyrod Taylor.
And 5,477. Peyton Manning in his age 37 season.
5,477.
with Denver. And there has been 15 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL to throw for 5,000 or more yards.
Next game in the noon slate, Jags at Steelers.
Jags.
Jags are 2.5-point road favorites. I'm going Steelers here. I don't know why. I don't know how. God, my highlights are starting to fade.
It's not going to be on account of Matt Canada. That's for fucking damn sure. But if the offense runs the way it
taking
did,
Steelers here. I'm taking Steelers.
I'm taking Jacksonville.
Jags.
As they continue their march to not only win the Super Bowl, but to win the WWE belt that doesn't exist for them, I'm going to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Cap is the odd man out here.
Yeah.
It'll be an elite effort by the most handsome man in the NFL.
All right. Next game up, noon slate, Eagles at Commies. The Eagles are 6.5-point favorites. Eagles are going to be out for blood here.
The Commanders were the reason the Eagles didn't have a perfect season the other year. So, yeah, no, the Eagles are going to beat the holy piss out of the fucking Commanders.
Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles. Yeah.
Eagles.
All right, so we got a 4-0 here. All right, next game in the afternoon slate, Texans at Panthers. Fuck me running. Houston are 3-point road favorites.
Texans.
Do the Panthers get their first win of the year?
Nope. This is the week Carolina gets their win. I'm going Carolina.
This is the trap game.
This is the week I'm going Carolina, and this
I'm
will
going
probably
Texans.
this will fuck my parlay if Carolina.
Don't
loses.
put money on it, Matt.
Oh, I have.
Maybe.
Houston.
Come on, Cap. Join
Did you ever
the
see
join
something
the
that
dark
makes
side.
no? Did you ever watch something right away and realize that it doesn't make any sense?
Oh, yes.
I'm watching one of those things now. NXT started. They had a match with Halloween Havoc, right? So
Is that
it's themed.
tonight or is that next week?
No, it's tonight. So
Okay.
of course they got theme matches throughout, right? So the first one is Devil's Playground match. You would think this would be a fairly dastardly.
Hardcore bloody match.
They have a kiddie pool around the ring. They have a swing set. They were fighting
What
over a
in
piece
the
of lug.
name of...
Like, what are you doing? Anywho, I just found that kind of amusing. What the fuck?
We talk about Uncle Shan. What about Uncle Sean? I'm going to go Texans strictly because the better quarterback.
Surprisingly, better quarterback. Not that he's not good, but the season that he's having, it's been quite good so far.
So we're getting a
660 yards
3-1
so
on that
far.
one.
9 touchdowns to 1 pick. CJ Stroud's been playing good.
He's a hell of a backup once Lamar and Baltimore has a bye week.
A very interesting game here starting the late slate. Browns at Seahawks. Seattle are 3-point favorites at home.
I would go with Seattle in this one. I think what's going to be more interesting is if Deshaun Watson is able to go at center. Do they?
Play PJ Walker if they're
he
playing
ain't
PJ.
Because he ain't getting shit done.
If they're playing PJ, I'll have to change my pick to Cleveland. But until further notice, I'm going Seattle.
I'm going Cleveland. Not just because I have their defense, but I think they're going to have the advantage.
Myles Garrett might have the sack record this year.
I'm taking Seattle.
Like, of all my bold predictions that might actually come true, Myles Garrett might have the sack record.
Are you sure, Matt?
Matthew.
Are you sure about your bold predictions?
We got him again. Nice. Hi, Kansas City. Welcome to the Mile High City.
Again.
Last time you were here, you guys only beat us by like 4 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
I look forward to you guys coming into Kansas. I look forward to you guys coming to Denver. I'm going Denver for this game.
What are you sticking in your head this time when they lose?
Should we go the same thing that we did last time? Just as many points as I lost by.
Plus as many points as
Here's my prediction for the game.
Deep dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me.
You know, Cap, the one thing that makes that clip so much more like
realistic
to me is they're wearing blue and orange.
Yes, it is. I'm glad you noticed that.
Like it's just me, 4 of me sitting in a row.
It's Maddie sitting over a jug of moonshine at the end of Sunday. Just
man, I wish I had moonshine watching the Broncos. That might make them more enjoyable.
Probably.
Chiefs are 8-point favorites on the road.
I'm going
Kansas City.
I'm going Denver.
Kansas City big.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kansas
Denver,
City is-
Denver by 6.
God almighty.
If Denver would have ever win by anyone this season, it's definitely not going to be by 6.
We're beating Kansas City.
What kind of a wager are you willing to lay upon that, Matthew?
Y'all want me to stream naked?
No, I have to be there. That's a punishment for me, and I didn't do anything.
Your Sep would love that. Josh
Should-
would love that.
Should I do an entire football stream in a loincloth?
An entire stream with the skewers in your head.
Do you guys want me to do the skewer spot again? Because it's been 3 weeks.
No, we've already done that.
And do you know how far you would have to drive those skewers in for them?
I can do it. You want to bet?
Well, they would have to stay in his head for 7 hours. Moxley hasn't even.
I got this.
Yeah, Moxley hasn't even accomplished that particular.
Exactly.
Devin, do you have a syringe at home that you can stick through my mouth?
I can
put
make
water
one.
in the syringe and just squirt it out my mouth or something.
I can make one.
I really don't want you to. I want you to know this.
Let's
can,
say if you're gonna go that big on Denver, if they lose
That
next
big,
week,
it's 6 points.
no,
Against Kansas City?
No. The line is 8.
I just want Denver to win by 6 points.
The line is 8. Let's say, for the sake of Josh Mansfield, if Denver does not cover the spread, if Denver does not cover the 8-point spread, Matty has to do week 9 of RAWBall Red Zone in the loincloth.
I feel like Maddie has to buy a Baltimore Ravens jersey.
No, because that's when Denver plays Baltimore. That's a whole.
We don't play them this year.
We might see each other in the playoffs.
No, the fuck we won't.
I say if Denver does not cover the 8-point spread, Matty has to do the loincloth week 9 for RAWBall Goes Red Zone.
I don't want to see that.
Should I just buy a Speedo?
No.
Oh, Matty in a Speedo.
Like a neon orange
A
Speedo?
neon orange Speedo for week 9 if Denver does not cover the 8-point spread.
Devin, can we not?
I don't want to see this shit.
Let's go. Neon orange Speedo. If we lose, I will buy a neon orange Speedo.
I
I'll
hate
wear
you guys.
I will, to make this worse, I will wear neon orange Speedo on the beach in Tampa in January.
No, you know what, Matt? If I want to get something out of this, if you're gonna wear that orange Speedo, I want you to buy a bottles of Crystal's hot sauce and cover yourself in it.
I'm not covering myself in hot.
It's not that spicy though.
It's capsaicin, and if that gets on the tip of my dick, Devin,
You got the
what's wrong?
Speedo.
You think a Speedo's gonna protect fucking capsaicin?
Yes.
You are
Okay. I will allow. We have to come up with something if Matty is this confident that Denver is going to beat or at least cover the spread.
We cannot lose to this fucking team 17 times in a goddamn row.
All right.
Yes, you can.
I will let Matty come up with the appropriate punishment for this one, but it has to pass the grade. Everyone has to agree that it's a sufficient level of punishment.
Well, when the Packers lost to the Jaguars, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Grossi became a Jaguar. And
Ravens at Cardinals.
Ravens.
Favored by 8.5.
They have a higher chance of beating the Cardinals than the Chiefs of the Broncos by half a point.
Yeah, we do.
I'm going Arizona.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Baltimore in this one. Arizona has slipped.
That's becoming a reoccurrence of Cap agreeing with me in my Baltimore. I like it.
Bengals at 49ers. 49ers are favored by 5.5.
49ers are going to get their comeback from their loss. losses, actually.
Oh, shit. This one is tough. Oh, God. It's at San. I'm going 49ers here, but I don't buy the 5.5 point spread. This is going to be a little bit closer.
If Trent Williams isn't playing, I'm taking Cincinnati, and I don't think Trent Williams is playing.
Davey?
Cincinnati.
Oh, so we got a 2 for 2 here. All right.
Okay.
Sunday night, Bears at Chargers.
Charges.
Chargers.
Give the ball to Austin Eckler, and the Chargers win this game. Otherwise, I don't know. Are we going to get a teabag in LA?
I'm going to go Chargers on this one. No disrespect to the way Teabag is playing, but some of it is kind of smoke and mirrors too, right? Like it's not outright blowing anybody out of the water. So you can only pull that stuff up so many times. So I think
Monday Night
they fall short
Football.
on this one.
Vicious Vegas Raiders at the Lions. The Lions are 8-point favorites.
Lions.
Lions.
They're going to get their revenge for their ass kicking from us.
Oh, Cap, I'm sorry. You guys are going to be on the receiving end of maybe the second worst beating in this.
Oh, yeah. The Lions
season.
are going to eviscerate us. We are going to be disemboweled, drawn, and quartered.
You got the Lions are not a team to take a 38-6 loss lightly.
We are getting just absolutely.
You guys are that one gazelle out in the Serengeti, and these lions have been hunting you for a while.
We're getting thrashed.
It's not even going to be a fucking game.
No. Davey?
Davey?
Oh, Detroit, like by far.
Not even a thought, just.
What's Detroit's next game? Because it's on to the next for them.
Let's look at the schedule here for.
Because they are looking. They're not even looking at Vegas. They're looking through the Raiders right now.
As I would be too. So let's look at Week 9. Miami at Kansas City. Holy shit, that's Thursday night. That's next Thursday.
Holy shit, we have an actual game on a Thursday night?
Miami at no, that's Sunday. No, so next Thursday it's Tennessee at Pittsburgh. Sorry to excite anyone.
Never mind.
Tennessee at Pittsburgh.
How could you not be excited about a Tennessee-Pittsburgh matchup on a Thursday?
Week 9, we got Miami at Kansas City, Minnesota at Atlanta, Arizona at Cleveland, Los Angeles at Rams at Green Bay, Commies at Patriots, Bears at Saints, Seahawks at Ravens. Could be interesting.
That game is going to be a festival of running.
Buccaneers at Texans, Colts at Panthers, Giants at Raiders. Ugh.
Wait, I have a fucking bye week?
Cowboys
I don't
at
have
Philly.
to suffer.
Less chance of losing.
Sunday night is Buffalo at Cincinnati, and then Monday night is Los Angeles Chargers at the Jets. Bye week, Jacksonville, San Francisco, Detroit, and Denver.
Guys,
Matty gets a reprieve.
No, I don't. No, I don't, Cap. Trade deadline's coming up. I don't have a reprieve.
Well, okay, so Jerry Jeudy's gone. Cortland Sutton's gone.
Justin Simmons is more than likely going to be gone.
It's going to be Chef Russ, Coach Sean Payton, and a coffee maker. That's what's going to be left after the trade deadline.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's a Super Bowl team, right, Matty?
You know that clip from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Will is moving out of the when he's moving out of the mansion, and it's
Diamondbacks have
completely
taken
empty.
a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first against the Phillies.
Of course they have.
I think all of us minus Cap are rooting for the Diamondbacks here.
Yeah. That's about it.
I don't really have a dog in this fight. I just wanted to see whoever gets there beats Texas. That would just make me happy.
Some of us, I won't say who, right? But some of us have been calling the Arizona's numbers for quite some time now.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, those people know things from time to time.
From time to time. Yes, they do.
I won't say who.
They may or may not be. They may or may not be referred to as an oracle.
I'll say who it's not. It's not the captain. It's not Maddie. It's not Deb.
So we got 7. We got 7
It's Remy.
left.
Confirmed. It's Remy.
Yes, our English friend who has never probably been to a baseball game in the States. Yes,
It's Remy.
yes.
Just because I want to try and start featuring as we get into,
Yeah, we got to give Oracle a hockey corner.
Something I want to start doing because I want to try and start getting into hockey if I at all possibly can.
I talked about it Sunday about us possibly doing just a RAWBall hockey fantasy draft, but with no money up because none of us know what's going on except Davey.
So we're 2 weeks into the hockey season, Davey? Give us the lowdown on the NHL. Where are we right now in the NHL? What's going on? Where are we? Who's good? Who's bad? Who's on the come up? What's going on in the hockeys?
Well, I mean, it's fairly early in the season.
Yes.
Most teams are only like 5 games in. Some of them got less than that, right?
You
So,
okay?
You're not really
most
gonna-
teams are like 12 games in. I'm seeing like 6 and 5, so like 10, 11 games in.
No, Boston's 5-0. Detroit is 5-1. Montreal's 3-1. The Toronto's are 3-2. Tampa's 2-2. It takes a little while to shake things out, right?
Okay.
So it's hard.
What are you seeing thus far in the NHL?
As far as what the teams are
The good,
doing,
the bad, the ugly, more or less.
Toronto, like I said, Toronto is what Toronto is. All offense, not good defense, shoddy goaltending. They got to fix that. Detroit is a bit of a big surprise out of the gate. They're 5-1. They're essentially coming into the season with a slow rebuild, but they're off to a hot start. Boston still the class of the Atlantic right now. Tampa Bay is 500, but they're missing their top goalie, Andrei Vasilevsky. You guys are going to have to start.
Who I've heard good things about.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to start learning to pronounce some really fucked up names, though.
What is the weirdest name in hockey right now?
That's fucking great.
There's tons of them. Andre. Andre.
That's what I think baseball and hockey have in common. Very odd names at times.
Yeah, but like the players from like Russia and fucking Belarus, Finland, like there's some odd names over there.
I feel like hockey is the most international sport minus soccer.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, because you got players from all over the place, right? Canada.
So I'm
US,
seeing San Jose, Anaheim, and the Kraken are dog shit thus far.
Yeah, in San Jose, that was to be expected. Anaheim, that was to be expected. I wouldn't put too much stock in Seattle's 1-4 record right now. They're much better than that. Edmonton is essentially Toronto West. They're very similar teams. Calgary, Kings are a team to watch if they can get the goaltending straightened out. But the Vegas Knights, Golden Knights, that's the team to watch in the Pacific Division. Lexus King is made as long awaited.
Okay. Who are teams that may not be so good right now, but we should be keeping an eye on that are going to be better? Like this team is better than their record.
Minnesota would be a team to watch.
All right.
They're always solid. Chicago's 2-4, but they're a team to watch probably, like I said on a couple of shows there before.
Yep.
Not next year, but I'd say 2 years. They'll be in Stanley Cup contention talk, I think. As we switch over to the Metropolitan Division, the Flyers of the Philadelphias are 3-1, but I wouldn't put too much stock in that one. Rangers, always a team to watch, and surprisingly, you would never think this in the NHL, but the Carolina Hurricanes. That is a solid team, top to bottom. If you
Are they
want to
are they from South Carolina or from
Raleigh.
North Carolina?
They play in Raleigh, so yeah. But they are just a solid team, like in all three phases of the game. 4 if you count coaching. Like they're solid everywhere. Like they are legit.
Colorado is 5-0.
Yep. Yeah. Colorado's usually always pretty solid.
When did that start, David? Because we were shit for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. You went through a little. It's like the ebbs and flows, right? Really, really good. Your players get older. If you don't restock those shelves, then you got to go through that little rebuild process, right? And you got to think a lot of these players that they bring in when they draft them, if they go that route, they're 18, 19 years old, right? You're not right. You're not going to be world beaters at that age, but they have one of the best players in the league in Nathan McKinnon.
Is he related to you?
Unfortunately, no. No.
I call bullshit.
But he is good. He is good friends
That's
with
just
Sidney Crosby, though, who is from Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia. So not far from where I'm at.
Well, that is the state of the NHL.
And Pittsburgh is. They made a lot of signings in the offseason. They got the Norris Trophy winner. Kind of talking shop talk here. Norris Trophy would be the award for the top defenseman in the league.
Oh, okay.
So they signed Erik Karlsson. He was in San Jose.
I know Karlsson.
Yeah. So they got him on the back end. Goaltending, same as Toronto's, not the best. They could probably do a little bit better there, but they're talented on the back end, which would be the defensive core. It's just the front end is getting a bit longer in the tooth. Thing. Crosby's getting up there. Malkin is up there. So.
Anything else we need to hit, gentlemen, before we sign off here? I know we got RAWBall Goes Red Zone Week 8 this Sunday.
TNA is back in business, baby.
Yep, I saw that.
Are they ever? Being shook
NWA signs a deal with CW. I'm looking forward to that because I get the CW on broadcast here. I may actually be checking out some of that.
Don't this Sunday we got Kat versus Maddie and me versus Dave?
Yep. You're looking at the matchups literally on your screen.
Yeah. The 5-2 whole ass grown men.
The 5-2 Captain's Raiders.
I shouldn't belong in this conversation.
You should have fucking won last night, motherfucker.
Davey's on a 3-game losing streak.
4-game
losing. Yeah.
What are you, 3-4 now?
I gotta stop starting Aaron Jones. if anybody is listening in this league needs a running back.
What about TJ Hawkinson?
Hold on, I'll rewind that again. If anybody in this league is listening and needs a running back, contact me for Aaron Jones. He's going cheap.
Dial J for Jones.
Inquire within. Please bring resume.
All right. Well, other than that, you can catch me on the Greg Cherry Show tomorrow. Thursday, we've got Crew Day. Sunday.
Thank you, by the way, I have to give a shout out to Remy for participating last week in the booking competition.
What a professional judge.
Remy, I had no doubts about him coming in, but he exceeded my expectations. Remy, thank you very much for joining. As I've spoken with Nicholas, we want you back for the rubber match between myself and Jimmy Bay. I will be getting in touch with you to set that up. Yes, thank you, Remy, for filling in for Tom Grossi. It was much appreciated. Hey, RAWBall loves Crew Day and vice versa.
But yes, no. Anybody else have anything else to plug? I know that in next month I will be hosting a combat wrestling trivia show with Chris Cass. So do keep your eyes open for Maddie's Moonlight.
Maddie
When is
back
that?
on the trivia.
When is
Oh.
that, Maddie?
Pending on the date, it is sometime in November. It is a spin on like a Joey Janela spring break from GCW. This is Maddie Laws's Moonlight Ride.
Are we looking early?
The Paul Revere
November?
of the RAWBall podcast.
I don't know. I just know that I filmed a promo for it, and I'm just waiting for Cass to give me the date. I did the promo without knowing the date, so I just like in the promo I was like, "Hey, Cass, throw up the graphic at any point," because I don't know the date. All I know is that I'm going to be helping host a trivia show, and at the end of the event, we're doing the drunk trivia match that I've been waiting for so long.
Ooh, I want to
So-
be a part of that one. Try to
But
do
I-
that on a Tuesday.
But other than that,
Break out the 151 for Dev.
no.
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 Well, if you want to win, break it out for him.
But
Yes, I'm speaking into the future, past, present, and a timeline of ones we've never known of.
Keep the Uno Cinco Uno away.
From both of us. That was a
bad day.
That was a rough. Yeah, that was.
But to speak on Captain's point there, just for a quick second, the NWA and TNA, these are very good things. Especially
Yes.
like, the TNA is going to put a new spin on that. It's got a lot of people talking in a lot of positive ways, right? Not the negative that you would normally hear when Impact's name was brought up. That is a good thing, right? Good thing.
NWA getting on CW means they are going to be only the second other wrestling promotion that is on a broadcast network. That is huge.
I mean, Impact is on Access.
No. Broadcast.
Ah,
I thought Access
National
was broadcast.
SmackDown is on Fox. CW will have NWA. Those are the only two broadcast networks that will presently be carrying professional wrestling.
Didn't CW used to have the Raw?
no, CW used to have SmackDown, but isn't Raw?
That's what it was.
Isn't USA broadcast?
Yeah,
No, cable.
Ah,
Fox and CW. So
Those are
we will
local
have
channels.
NWA as only the second other wrestling promotion on broadcast television, which is big.
yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, that's going to, infuse money into that promotion. Now, what Billy Corgan does with it,
Yes.
yeah, like he has to go in a different direction than Tyrus and all that stuff. You can't. That's not going to.
no Tyrus.
No, like they got to get away from whatever that game plan was and go in a different way. I'm assuming that's probably his plan, and I'm hoping so. But with them getting on TV, this now gives talent yet another place.
Yeah.
To
National
that
broadcast television
and be seen
big
doing it
for pro
and,
wrestling.
right?
Now-
And make a living doing it. Like,
Now,
these
I
are all
know-
wins.
I know that Cap is wanting to probably end the show here soon, but before we do go off, you are a big NWA person, seeing as you're down in that Southern Territory. What does it mean to you to see the NWA actually get back on TV like this?
Didn't they
When
also
I-
buy a territory recently too?
When I read that story, my heart melted in many good ways, because where I live, there is essentially no broadcast television wrestling other than SmackDown on Friday nights on Fox. To know that NWA, my promotion, my territory, is going to be available for me to watch every week just with my little bitty antenna.
And Cap used a very interesting word there. His territory. Right? The more places like this that pop up, right? Think of the territories. All these, if we can get these people working together, back like in the 80s, right? Up
Yep.
and down the line. Up and down the
70s,
line.
80s, yeah.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of that, right? And that was good. So you got nothing for me here? Okay, can I go do something here for a couple weeks? Yeah, off you go. Right?
I've got a very strong antenna. I can get about 50 or so channels, regional channels. We actually have an indie promotion here in Fayetteville that is a startup that I would like to see get on local TV. I think that's maybe part of the reason Dev and Maddie are thinking of moving down here, because
Me sure as fuck.
we have an upstart indie promotion here in Northwest Arkansas that is wanting to, get things going. So if I can have NWA and potentially managing the Laws Brothers
Hey,
weekly tag team.
That Northwest Arkansas wrestling promotion.
We're coming for you.
If you need somebody to take kebab skewers and shit like that, I'm your boy.
And if you are interested in watching that NWA show when it gets up and running, I will make sure on a weekly that you have access to it somewhere. I will get you those shows if you're interested.
Basically, you just CW is a broadcast network, so you just need an antenna like I've got.
Or no, the CW has a subscription too, like Peacock.
They do have a subscription, really? But literally, there's a CW affiliate 7 miles up the road from me. So
I remember that because where we lived in Missouri, we got CW as like one of our local channels.
So I will have no problem getting that, and I am pumped for that. But managing the Laws Brothers kebab skewers aside, I was hoping to maybe build you guys as, maybe.
And one we haven't mentioned is the new working relationship / partnership that Tony has with CMLL.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's another one, right? They're getting eyes on them now in the North American market, right? And that's another good wrestling organization. They do.
Oh yeah, no, I'm always down for Lucha Libre getting more exposure.
Yeah,
I'm always down for more Latino exposure in professional wrestling.
Yeah. Shit, Matt, didn't you and me see Ryzen from AEW pop up at Primo's in Colorado?
Was that Ryzen?
I think Ryzen showed up in the second show we went to.
But the growth in professional wrestling over the last 5 years has been, I'll steal a word from the one that don't participate in all this, stupendous. Like just well, I mean, it's growing like weeds. Like, it was not like this 5 years ago, like to this extent, where everything is coming to more of the forefront, that wasn't before. So this is
RAWBall next Tuesday actually will be the Halloween episode. So Dev, I hope you have your brother love.
I don't. I'm broke.
We might be able. We might be able to get him a suit or something here in time. Maybe.
I have no money for it, so I'm broke as fuck.
I get paid this Thursday. Depending on the check, I might be able to shill out for you to get a suit.
Well, Maddie needs to do either a Sting face paint or a Muda face paint.
Oh, I'm gonna do Rollins, man.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're doing Seth and Becky.
I need to get her Kill Bill outfit as well.
Wait a minute. So Maddie is going to raid the future Mrs. Maddie's wardrobe and wear that on air?
I'm looking into seeing how quickly
that's
I can
what
get
Beth
a pair
does with Becky's.
I'm looking to see how quickly I can get a pair of big red boots out here.
Yes, get the burial boots.
Yeah.
But yeah,
at least we can just take Dev's face and just paint it red and slick his hair back.
He's got a red shirt that he can wear backwards.
Hold on. Dev got the big hair, right?
Yeah.
Get him an apple.
Holy
that
shit,
could be Carlito.
Carlito.
I just need some spandex
you don't
shorts.
Want to be cool, and then you could just spit, like
An
take a
apple
bite
at
out.
the camera.
And, no. Take a bite out of the apple, and then turn and look at Maddie and say, "What do you mean you don't want to be cool?" And then spit the apple at him.
I could. Oh yeah.
Every time Maddie says something that's not cool, spit an apple at him.
Anything involving the Broncos?
Yeah, spit an apple at him. See the theme?
Oh, you know what? I think Devin doing Carlito was actually a brilliant idea with
That
how
actually
big his fucking-
is.
Yeah.
And now he's here with the Zeke Elliott. But yeah, no, we've gone 13 minutes over what we usually do. Anybody else have anything else to say before we head off?
Nothing, nada, nienko, zip.
I don't got nothing.
Sorry for my lateness, but good things come to those who wait. So yeah,
Patience is a virtue,
patience is a
and
virtue.
I am not a virtuous man. But this has been the Raw Ball Podcast, week 33, a week of winners. I've been Matty Laws. For the Cap, for D, for Davey, stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated, don't get arrested, and we will see you guys on Thursday for Crew Day. Ball out with the Raw Ball Podcast, and we will see you all next time.